What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the 18th episode of the Give Me the Points podcast. I'm joined by my co-host, Bob, tonight. Tonight, we're going to go over how we did last week and what we've got looking forward to this week. And I left Bob in charge. So Bob's got some topics he wants to hit me with. We'll see how that goes. But we're going to start it off. Last week, we paid tribute to DMX. And now we're going to pay tribute to an absolute football legend.
EA Sports. It's in the game. Man, get out my way and watch out as I come through. Busting in your line, cracking helmets in. I bring the bang, so what you gon' do? Stand there and just get shook out your shoes. So clean out your locker, I'm out to get you. Cause I just popped you. You can't take the pressure. You might as well quit cause you just can't last. Mad at 2000, put your face in the grass. Get your pride in the dirt, so put on a skirt. If you come on the field and don't wanna get hurt, just bruise and be it, all black and blue. And it's been like that since Madden 92.
All right, that was Ludacris with the theme song to Madden 2000. Probably the first Madden that I ever played. And John Madden passed away yesterday on Tuesday at 85 years old, right after they released the All Madden documentary special, which if you haven't watched it, absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it. But yeah, a football legend, a football pioneer, a broadcast pioneer, and a video game pioneer passed away on Tuesday at 85 years old. It's a sad day in the sports world.
Yeah, it's a real big loss for the sports world in general, especially football. And, you know, he's such a great coach and broadcaster and everything, and done so much for the sport. Like you said, transcended. I mean, we all play video games growing up, and Madden's the one you got. You saw the ones with his face on it, and then you gradually saw all of our favorite athletes on the, front cover, which leads me perfect into my first segment.
Oh, boy.
Which I'm going to test your Madden cover knowledge.
I've played a lot of Madden in my days, Bob. A lot of Madden.
You played a lot more than me, so I am very glad I'm going to do the testing, and you can answer all these.
Okay. What's the criteria here? What are you doing here?
I am going to give you a year, and you're going to give me who's on the cover.
Okay.
So we'll start off. I'll start off a little bit easier for you. We'll go Madden 17.
Madden 2017 was Rob Gronkowski. Yes.
Correct.
Gronk. Okay.
Of course. All right. Madden 06.
Madden 06. Easy. Second best Madden of all time. Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb is correct. Bring it back a little bit more. 2002.
2002. You would have thought it would have been Randy Moss from the Minnesota Vikings, but it's not. It's the quarterback who threw him the ball. It's Dante Culpepper. Was on the Madden 02 cover.
Yeah, you would think Randy Moss would have been on the cover.
You would have thought, Bob.
Yeah, but speaking of Randy Moss,
yes.
best cover of all time, Madden 12.
Oh, Peyton Hillis, baby. Absolutely. Peyton Hillis from the Cleveland Browns. Oh, my God. Easily.
Browns' terrible franchise has finally produced something, and it was Peyton Hillis for 1 year. He's on the cover, and that's the best it'll ever be for the Browns.
Yeah, and he is like your textbook Madden curse.
Yeah.
I mean,
he might have started it, actually, because
absolutely.
That wasn't great.
All right, so I'm going to try this here. I'm going to go from 2000 until the current cover. Okay?
Okay.
Obviously, 2000, John Madden's face was on the cover. Now, I didn't play 92 up until 2000. I was too young. Parents wouldn't buy me game stations then. So 2000 was John Madden. 2001 was one of the 3 running backs to make the cover, and that would have been Eddie George. 02 we talked about. That's Dante Culpepper. 2003 was so 4 running backs. Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk made the cover. 2004, best Madden of all time. no questions, Mike Vick. The game changer of a video game. Obviously, Michael Vick, most OP player in any sports game ever.
Yeah, I mean, what other player just dominates a sport like that? And in a video game, I mean, it didn't matter who you had. You wanted a running quarterback, and Mike Vick was it. Like Mike Vick made running quarterbacks famous.
90 speed and 90 throwing power.
Yeah.
That's before they did the Lamar Jacksons and the defensive backs and stuff got faster. I mean, Mike Vick was unbelievable. I remember playing Madden 04, and that's back when you could put a CD into your Xbox and download music to it and play it in the background. So obviously I had Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack by 50 Cent playing, and I listened to Many Men on repeat at 13 years old playing Madden 04. 05, Ray Lewis.
Best one ever. This is my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a great, I mean, it was good.
Both of those were just
06 is my second favorite. That's with Donovan McNabb. 2007 would have been Sean Alexander.
Yep.
2008, Vince Young.
Yep.
8 was Vince Young. 9, Brett Favre.
Correct.
2010 was the split cover. Troy and Larry. 2 Pittsburgh legends. You had the Pitt football legend versus the Pittsburgh Steelers legend.
Just best cover ever.
Oh, it was super sick. Absolutely sick. 2011 was Drew Brees. 2012 was Peyton Hillis. 13, Megatron. 14 would have been the 25th anniversary. So that was AP if you got the basic version, Barry Sanders if you got the elite version.
Man, those beers kicking in or what?
Yeah, they're getting there, buddy. 20, so I was 14, so 2015, most overrated corner of our time. Mr. Zone, I'm going to rely on my safeties to back my ass up, Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
So after Sherman would have been 16. OBJ.
Yeah.
Then the easy ones. You got Gronk, you got Brady, you got AB, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Lamar Jackson, and then you got Brady and Patrick Mahomes in 2022.
Nope.
Hammered it. 22.
Very good.
I'm an absolute loser.
You played too many video games in your life.
Yeah, dude. Honestly.
Get a hobby.
I do. I stopped playing Madden. I start betting on sports.
Yeah, I like betting on sports. It's I do enjoy it.
All right, last week, your first week on the podcast. It's started off rough. We lost on the Niners, -3. That was a 2-unit play. So we started off down 2 units, and then in the 1 o'clock games, we lost a 3-unit play on the Chargers -9.5, who got absolutely waxed by Sexy Rexy Burkhead and the Houston Texans.
Gosh, that was just the worst thing that could have ever happened. Ugh.
It was tough to watch. It absolutely was. But after that, we swept. Went undefeated. We hit the 2-team 6-point teaser. We took the Chiefs -4.5, and they beat the Steelers 36-10. That game was over by the end of the first quarter. Just Pittsburgh can't move the ball. The offense is abysmal, and the Chiefs' defense and offense just firing on full cylinders right now.
Yep.
The other leg with that was Philadelphia, and Philly was what, -3.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't matter. They beat the Giants by 24. They won 34-10.
That was the first half was a pretty decent game too. I mean, it was close for the first half. You thought Giants were even like they might cover, and then they just blew them out.
Yeah.
So,
and the Eagles are hot.
Huge. I mean, yeah, it was 3-3 at halftime.
Eagles are smoking hot right now.
It's hard to go against them.
So that was for 2.5 units. So we're down a half. We're still down 2.5 units. We hit the over 49.5 in the Rams-Vikings game. That game was 30-23. That was a 1-unit play. So we won 0.9 there. Detroit +5.5 without Jared Goff. Tim Boyle out there slanging the rock. late backdoor cover day. They lost to the Falcons 20-16. So that was we won 1.5 units on that.
Love me a backdoor cover.
Vegas money line won 1.8 units on that. They beat the Broncos 17-13. And then the Monday night game on the podcast, we had it at 3.5. Next day, Taysom Hill and Simeon were both announced out. Line moved to Miami -3.5. We adjusted to the -3.5 because we're still confident in it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got it plus 3.5, good on you. If you got it the -3.5, good on you. Because they won that game 20-3, and Ian Book got mauled.
Oh,
9 sacks.
I felt bad for him. I mean, you watch some replays. That offensive line. I mean, I know there's injuries, there's COVID. I get it. But, man, you're in the NFL. That was just some of the worst blocking I've seen. It almost looked like half the time looked like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And his line literally couldn't – they're a wet paper bag. And I felt bad for Ian Book. He didn't throw the ball well, but he had people all over him the whole game. So
his second pass of the game was one of the worst ducks I've ever seen.
Yeah, they tried to say that somebody tipped it. It was coming out, and it was a duck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We have a comment in the chat, and it says Notre Dame's quarterbacks haven't won a game in the NFL in 12 years. It's actually been longer. The last win was Brady Quinn.
Oh, my gosh. That's your boy.
I know, dude. They've lost 24 straight. Obviously, Ian Book lost one. I think Kaiser is 0-15.
Oh, yeah, he was on the Browns run.
And then he played for the Packers as well when Rodgers went down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Kaiser's 0-15. You got Jimmy Clausen, who I believe was 0-4. And then Brady Quinn, I believe, lost. So what, that was 15, 16, so 8. Clausen was 0-4, and then Brady Quinn lost his last 4 games. So they've lost 24 in a row. Last win was Brady Quinn.
That's pathetic.
Oh, dude, it's miserable. I mean, Deshaun Kaiser is a big part of that. I mean, Kaiser's a huge 15 out of the 24 games. But still, the fact that a Notre Dame quarterback hasn't won has to be more than 12 years, right?
Brady Quinn.
Notre Dame got a bunch of quarterbacks named after food. What? All right. Anyway, so yeah, we got a lot going on this week. Some big spreads.
But
this is week 17, and we talked about how tight the AFC and NFC were last week, and they're still super tight. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins, first team in NFL history to have a 7-game losing streak and a 7-game winning streak in the same season.
That's incredible. I mean,
great.
You would play so bad for so long, and then.
But look at who they've played in the last 7 games.
Yeah, I get that, but you gotta play your schedule. You can't.
I know. I agree. I am a firm believer. I'm a New England fan, man, and everybody's been giving me shit for 20 years about playing in the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I
mean,
you play who's in your division. It's you. This isn't college where you get to go out and pick your schedule.
Mm-hmm. You can pick a non-conference schedule. Right. Top 25 teams. No, you play who you have, and it helps some teams every year, and hurts other ones.
So there's 7 wins: Houston, Baltimore,
big win.
The Jets, Carolina, the Giants.
Oh, gosh.
The Jets.
Oh, gosh.
And the Saints.
Oh.
In those 7 games, they've played Davis Mills.
Yeah.
I think that was Huntley's first start when Lamar missed a game due to hurting his back, I believe.
Yeah, when Huntley went off, too.
Mike White for the Jets. It wasn't Zach Wilson. That was when Zach Wilson was hurt. So Mike White.
Stud.
Cam Newton.
It's your man.
Mike Glennon. Zach Wilson. And Ian Book.
Yeah.
Talk about putting your defense through the gauntlet.
Yeah, but you still like them this week for some reason.
I do, because I do think they're a very well-rounded team, and I think Tua and Jalen Waddle have – Jalen Waddle's having one of the most prolific rookie seasons of all time.
He's playing great.
He's a target monster.
That's crazy. Did you see his dance celebration? He does the penguin waddle.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. It's much better than the current Alabama receivers who messed up the Karate Kid. They butchered it. But whatever. But yeah, Jalen Waddle's tough, man. But Miami's defense has been top notch. Like I said, they're playing against subpar quarterbacks, but they've been top notch. So you got something you want to talk about, or you want to get into these lines first?
We'll just get into the lines. We'll do the lines, and then we can do the college football at the end.
Okay.
We'll do these first.
Okay, first game, you got the Raiders at the Colts. Colts minus 6.5, over under 44.5. Carson Wentz still in COVID protocol. But the day he was announced in COVID protocol as an unvaccinated player, the NFL took over with the CDC guidelines. As long as you're asymptomatic, you only have to quarantine for 5 days, which puts Carson Wentz on pace to play this week if he doesn't show any symptoms.
Yep.
I like the Raiders in a teaser here. I just can't trust Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz has been a monster on the road this year. At home, he's been meh. So I think Derek Carr and the Raiders getting 6.5. I'd probably even take them plus 6.5 here. But there's another game later on that I like throwing them together in a 7-point teaser.
Yeah,
you agree?
I'm on the same page there. I think I don't like minus 6.5 for the Colts. I think they're the better team, but I don't trust Carson Wentz on the road. I don't trust him at home. I don't trust him at all. So I
trusted him last week. You were all big on the Colts last week.
No, I'm not trusting Carson Wentz. I'm never in my life am I trusting Carson Wentz. I'm trusting Mr. Jonathan Taylor because he is running and everyone is hopping on his back. And that offensive line playing fantastic.
Well, yeah, with 4 starters out last week, and they still
let him.
We said well, the magic number was if you keep JT under 100, you can beat him. What do you have? 105.
Exactly. Can't beat him. So
105. I
like the Colts winning this game, but I love the Raiders. I like them at plus 6.5, but we're taking them in the 7-point teaser.
Yeah, get that 13.5.
13.5. I'll take that any day of the week.
All right. So just put that on the back burner. We'll find that next game. Tough game here. Giants at Bears. Bears. What are you drinking?
I got Bud Light Limes tonight.
Bud Light Limes.
Bud Light Limes.
All right.
They're real good. I wanted something light and it spoke to me. What about you? What are you drinking?
Is my right eye lazy?
A little bit.
Puppy's drifting.
What are you drinking? That's why.
So this is from Hitchhiker Brewing Company. It is called Double Bottle Service. It's a 9.5% smoothie sour mimosa flavor. And it is absolutely incredible.
It sounds like one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
Because I love mimosas.
The one I had earlier was strawberry raspberry smoothie sour. It was like sucking on a warhead, man. I took this, when something's so sour, your jaw hurts.
Yeah.
I took the first sip and my jaw locked up. It was crazy. And
I
then
love it.
This will be for the end of the episode. This is another one of theirs. This is called Sipping Tea. It's a peach tea pale ale. It's got like your typical light beer taste, and then the aftertaste is like just straight peach rings.
It sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's super good. So yeah, getting weird. We don't have to work tomorrow.
But back to the worst game of the week.
All right, worst game of the Bears. I don't even know if this is the worst game of the week.
I don't think it is.
Giants at Bears. Bears minus 6, over under 37.5. I don't know who we're going to get. I don't know who's going to play quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be Nick Foles or if it's going to be Matt Nagy. I don't know who they're going to run out there at quarterback. But they won last week with one of the most impressive 2-point conversion catches I've ever seen. Did you see the catch by Demir Bird?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. He was lifted by 2 players and was able to get his feet down while holding the ball with one hand.
I don't know how he did it. It's incredible.
I'll tell you how they won. They gave the damn ball to David Montgomery.
Yeah, we've been saying it for weeks. I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time. I mean, David Montgomery is a stud if you feed him.
Bruising,
you can't
baby.
give him the ball 10 times a game and expect him, go over 110 yards. You give him, 25 touches a game, he's going for 150, and he's going to get you where you need to be.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
The muscle hamster, Doug Martin.
Oh, Doug Martin. Ooh. Man, he was really good for a few years.
I know he was. But Dave Montgomery will run you over. I mean, he's an absolute bowling ball. He was that at Iowa State, and he's still that. And he has to be the focal point of that offense.
Yep.
If I had 37.5.
So low.
Is it Fromm? Is it going to be Fromm again?
I don't know.
No, because they benched Fromm and brought in Glennon.
Yeah, so it'll be Glennon, but I wouldn't touch this game. I would
under 21.5.
Yeah.
All right. If you're in the fantasy football championship, like somebody I know, and you have David Montgomery on your roster, it gives you something to watch for.
There you go.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. All right. Bucks at Jets. Jets plus 13 at home, over under 45.5. Tom Brady did not throw the ball as much as we expected, but I think Rojo gets it going this week. The Jets' run defense is so bad. Yeah. So I would like to take a look at Rojo's player prop. Do you have a line for him right now?
There's no player props for him right now.
Okay. So I want to remember this. I know last week we said we're going to remember Tom Brady's passing yards. We didn't touch it, and thank goodness we didn't, because he only had 237.
Which I thought it was going to crush that.
Yeah. AB's overhit, though.
That's what I was going to look at.
And it's going to hit again this week, because he got docked, 300,000 or something, the games that he missed. And he has 3 incentives that are all worth $333,000. They're catches, yards, and touchdowns. And he has to hit them all. He has to hit them by the end of the season. He had 3 weeks to do it. And if you couldn't tell, Tom Brady was feeding him last week, because he knows these guys, when it comes down to the final 2 weeks, that's where your money's at in the player props. You find guys that have incentives and you bet they're over. Last year, Emmanuel Sanders with the Saints. I think he needed 8 catches to make like $1.2 million, 21 targets in week 17.
Yeah.
These guys know, the coaches know, the quarterback knows.
If you can find if you guys find something in their contracts that say, hey, this is an incentive, take his player props over. Like AB is going to go, I would go over whatever his yards, catches are this week. I think he needs one more touchdown.
Yeah.
I think he's like 150, 200 yards away. And then I think he's only like 10 to 15 receptions away.
Yeah.
So he's not far off of all these.
No.
So, but saying that, I like the over 45.5. I like Tom Brady putting up a ton of points. I think Rojo can go a little bit. I think they're going to feed AB though. I think they're just going to feed him. Tom Brady's done that before. That's what he does. A lot of these quarterbacks, like Drew Brees did, like they look out for these guys, and I think that's gonna. I think it's going to lead them to probably a 3 or 4 touchdown win.
All right, so I can get behind the over, because although Carolina didn't score more, they scored 6. Cam Newton and Sam Darnold still move the ball a little bit. And I think the Jets offense with Zach Wilson has finally figured something out. You see the Kenny Pickett play he had?
No, it didn't.
The touchdown run he had where he faked running out of bounds. Kenny Pickett.
Oh, yeah. He faked, ran out of bounds, and then kept going for the touchdown. Yeah.
Love it. I love this is what Zach Wilson should have been doing all year. At BYU, he used his legs, and he hasn't. I know the NFL is different. It's a different beast. All defensive players are faster and stronger and whatever, but he's got to use his legs. He's got to make plays with his legs.
He's faster than most of the defensive players. I don't think he actually realizes that yet. I think last week was a good indicator that he's like, oh, I'm really fast. Like I can beat these guys in a race, and if I need to, I can run out of bounds. I think he'll only improve. I think next year and the year after, I think we got to just keep an eye on him.
All right. So what do you want to do? A unit on the over 45.5 here?
Yeah, I definitely like the over for a unit.
That. All right, let me put this here in my notes here so I don't, by the end of the episode, I might forget.
Don't do that.
Let's see here. Notes. Bucks over 45.5. Okay. 1 unit. Put that there. One unit. All right. So next game on the schedule, another big spread. Falcons at Bills. Bills minus 14.5. Over under at 44. This is another game I kind of like the over in, man. Bills offense is clicking. They're letting Devin Singletary get the ball a good bit. And they just hung a number on New England. And New England's offense was able to move the ball effectively on the ground, mostly against the Bills, which not a lot of people have done this year. But Damian Harris, if you're listening to this, Bill Belichick, which I think you are, I have faith that you're listening to me right now.
Oh, gosh.
Ramondre Stevenson can be your third and short, but give Damian Harris the fucking ball. He's an absolute stud. I mean, the guy is an animal, and he's so hard to tackle after contact. He keeps the legs churning. Give Damian Harris the ball. Back to the Falcons and Bills. What do you think's going to happen here?
I like the over as well. I don't like the spread one bit because, I mean, Atlanta's not great, but they're in desperation mode. They need this win. Buffalo needs this win to stay at the top of the AFC. I mean, the seeding in the next 2 weeks it's so much fun. Like Atlanta's
still alive.
They're still alive. And they don't have a good record. They scrapped out some wins, but I don't like 14.5 either way. Definitely, I like over 44.
We'll see what Cordero Patterson can get going this week.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously going to be the focal point. Russell Gage needs to get more involved and not fumble the ball. And Kyle Pitts having quietly, I mean,
best
tight end rookie season. They put him in a category with 4 other players. 3 I think I've never heard of, and then Jeremy Shockey. So not necessarily. Oh no, Evan Ingram was 1, but he's an absolute bum. So it's Evan Ingram, Jeremy Shockey, and then 2 guys I think I've never heard of. So rookie tight ends haven't been very electric, but Kyle Pitts is getting it done. So I can get behind the over. I want to, 1.5 units on the over. I feel more confident in this over than I do the Bucks Jets.
I agree.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go Bills over 44, 1.5 units. Okay. Next game, Eagles at the. They're supposed to announce the name soon. I'm waiting.
I think they're just going to keep it.
No, dude, they finalized the deal and they already bought merchandise. Yeah, like the deal's done. Like they have a name, they just haven't announced it yet. So we're gonna still call them the Redskins because that's what they are. Eagles at the Redskins. Redskins plus 3.5, over under at 45. I gotta ride the hot team here. The Eagles are on absolute fire. They have made a great push for the playoffs. They are in the wild card right now. And I like them to go on the road in a division game and take care of a Washington team who just got absolutely fucking embarrassed by them boys. Speaking of that, Cowboys win this week, hit their over for wins on the season. So that's a preseason bet that cashed. Ravens lost this week. So that's a preseason bet that cashed. They can't hit their over 11. Best they can have is 10 wins. And the Packers win this week. That cashed their over preseason wins. So that's a bet that won. We have the Houston Texans at 3 wins. 3? 4. I don't know. I think that whatever they are, we took them under 4. So I think worst case is going to be a push. They're not going to win the final 2 weeks. And Buffalo needs to win out to push their 11. But so far, none of them have lost, but we've had 3 preseason bets cash. But yeah, I like the Eagles here. I like the Eagles. I'm going to buy it down to 3. I'm going to take the 3, take the Eagles minus 3 on the road at Washington. I expect them to win this game in pretty convincing fashion, but I do like buying the point just in case we get an overtime or they get a field goal late.
Yeah. In the chat, we have Washington going to bounce back. Absolutely incorrect. Philly's going to take this game by 2 touchdowns or more. I don't see Washington hasn't played good. And like last week, you got embarrassed by Dallas. Do you see they took their seating on the sideline? They took it into Dallas Stadium because Dallas did that. You're going to take your seating and be down, 42 to 7.5?
Bro.
Fuck
Dak
out
Prescott,
of here.
Dak Prescott, first quarterback ever to throw a touchdown to a wide receiver, a running back, a tight end, and an offensive lineman in the same game.
I didn't know that. That's incredible.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
He's
Pretty sweet.
yeah.
And the most opportunistic defense in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
They get their hands on the ball, they're going for 6.
Yeah, whenever they need a big play too, it seems like they always come up with it.
Absolutely.
Defense is always there.
Yeah.
So, but Eagles, I would take them at -3.5, but I would buy a point or buy a half point.
It'd be -120 odds. We'll say 2.4 units to win 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagles
Philly
-3.
is awful and easily the most inconsistent team in the league. Man, our chat getting a little crazy already.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Hot takes. Jalen Hurts should be in the MVP conversation.
He's having a fantastic year.
I mean, why not? Eagles inconsistent. So won their last game by 24, beat Washington by 10, beat the Jets by 15, beat the Saints by 11, beat the Broncos by 17, lost to the Chargers by 3, beat the Lions by 38.
It's pretty inconsistent.
I mean, maybe I don't know the definition of inconsistent. They started off the year rough, but they've turned it around.
Yeah.
So,
all right, next one, biggest game of the week.
How many of those beers you have, Soup? YouTube user. I mean, come on. Put your name in the chat, you scrub.
But here, hey, biggest game of the week.
All right,
Chiefs at Bengals.
Yes, absolutely. Huge game. Chiefs at Bengals.
Huge.
Chiefs at Bengals. Bengals +5.5, over under 50.5. I don't know, man. It's really tough for me to go against Joe Burrow and that super balanced offense right now. Defensive front 7 is very good. I like the Bengals plus the 5.5 at home here. I know it's tough, man. It's really tough to go against the Chiefs right now.
I can't.
All right.
I'm opposite of you. I'm taking the Chiefs -5.5. I don't over 50.5. I could dabble in it, but I do like I like the Chiefs. I'm not going against Patrick Mahomes. And especially if he has Kelsey and Tyreek both, I don't see it happen. The defense is playing really well. I'm taking the Chiefs.
So back to the last game, we had a comment that said, beat bad teams by double digits. I'm shook. One of those bad teams was Washington. And guess what? Washington's still a bad team. Nothing's changed. They're still bad. The defense is not what everybody expected it to be. They're still bad. So,
I'm so disappointed that their defense wasn't great.
All right, but it's not. All right. So you like the Chiefs. I like the Bengals. So this is our game we differ on here. You want to put money on it?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well. We have the pick'ems.
No, I don't want to pick them.
Oh, I was gonna say you locked the. You locked the Bengals. I locked the Chiefs.
Lean closer to your mic real quick. I want to talk to you real quick. All right. Yeah, man. I'll take the Bengals plus 5.5 here at home.
I'll take the Chiefs.
$50.
I'll put 50 on it.
All right, $50 on the Bengals plus 5.5.
All right, let's go Chiefs.
All right, next game, Jaguars at the Patriots. Biggest line of the week, baby. This Patriots team -15.5, over under 41.5. Belichick versus a rookie quarterback.
I want to say I don't want to touch it, but I know me. I will 100% bet on Bill Belichick. I'm taking the. I mean, I'm taking the 15.5. Like I don't care. I just don't care anymore. It's him against a rookie quarterback. It's him against Jacksonville. Too many points. My ass, too many points.
What about the under? What about the under 41.5? Wait, no. What? Jaguars team total points under 13.
They're 13.
Let's do that.
I would take the under Jaguars 13.
Under 13. I'd say worst. Damn it. You weren't on, but I did this earlier in the year against the Texans. They scored 15 it was over under 14.5. They scored 15 in the first half and then got shut out in the second half.
Oh,
it was brutal. But I don't expect. I like the
13.
under 13 for the Jaguars. Team total points 1.5 units.
It's a big game for New England, so
absolutely it's huge.
Need a win.
Yeah, because you got Miami week 18.
It's going to be a tough one. So
you can't go in there and have, if Miami beats you, Miami takes your playoff spot.
Yep.
You can't have that. So yeah, defense shows out. Jaguars under 13 team total points for 1.5 units.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna throw that on there. I'll tell you, the one person in the chat, they're just disagreeing with every pick. That's fine. That's fine.
I love it if he disagrees with every pick. I'm just gonna take that one spot and or pick him.
So yeah, we're in a pick 'em. We do with a group of us and pick every single spread every single week. You have one lock of the week that's obviously worth more points than the other picks. Pretty tight race with the top 5.
I got him right here.
Number 1, this guy.
You're at number 1 at 275 points. I'm right on your ass with 273.
Right where I like you.
And then this bum in the chat is at 268.
Yeah.
So it's a big it's a good race between the three of us.
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah.
Tight like a tiger. All right, another huge game. I actually believe pre-show you called this the game of the week.
I did.
Dolphins at the Titans. Titans minus 3.5 at home, over under 40.5. I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing with the Eagles, and I'm taking the hot team. I'm taking the Dolphins on their 7-game win streak. I'm taking them getting over a field goal at plus 3.5 against the Tennessee Titans.
Okay. I unlike you with the Eagles, I'm not going to take the hot team. I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans. I like them a lot. I think Miami comes to an end. I would buy Tennessee to -3, obviously. But I don't trust Miami. I don't trust Tua. Waddle, him and Waddle are great together, but I just don't trust it. And Tennessee needs this win to stay top of their division. Plus, I need them to win for my my other bets because I have them winning the division. But I believe Tennessee has enough to do it, and they'll cover. I like them -3, though, by that half point.
Siri, text Tyler. Hey, can you come back to the show and get this fucking bum out of here?
Get out of here.
All right, so another game we disagree on here.
Siri, tell Soup I'm taking the top spot in the pick 'em.
I like the Dolphins plus a 3.5. Bob on the Titans -3.5. All right,
too many of those 10%ers.
Rams at Ravens. Ravens plus 3.5. Over under 46.5. You gave me some breaking news before the show started. Go ahead. What is it?
Lamar Jackson is practicing.
Garbage.
But even worse, he has a significant limp. Described as significant. So it's obviously not just I'll run it off or adrenaline will take it away. No, something's still very wrong. And you're taking away the only good part of this quarterback. I am sorry to my buddy Cody West. I love you. I love you more than anything. But Lamar is a bum. Grade A bum. And you're taking away his running. He has no arm. Get him out of here.
He has strength. He does not have accuracy.
Exactly. And
he has 2 arms, technically.
It could. He might as well try throwing lefty. It could be better. Could be worse. Couldn't be worse.
Listen, so, you're not like
I know
preaching to the choir.
Right I know that. I know that. I'm sorry, but
I said Tyler Huntley's better than Lamar, and I stand by it.
So I'm guessing we're both on the Rams -3.5. I'd also buy down to 3. But
what about the over? No. Why is everything over in favorites this week? It's because I'm drinking. That's why I'm going back to betting like a noob.
You?
Yeah.
No. The overs. Yeah, I mean 46.5. I like it.
Look what Joe Burrow
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. Back to the Bengals Ravens game. Why? All right, hang on.
That has to be
that is Cody. This show should be canceled. All right.
Biggest Lamar fan ever.
Back to the Ravens Bengals game. After what the Ravens did this year against Denver, running the ball, what were they up 10 with like 20 seconds left to make sure they got 100 yards rushing in the game? Why did Joe Burrow not throw the ball on 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, needing 3 yards to have
100%.
the most passing yards in a game in the Super Bowl era?
I don't understand it. I don't understand it one bit.
I mean, I do love that the Tyler Boyd touchdown was incomplete and it got called back, so they just threw a 45-yard pass to Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that, and I love the swagger that Joe Burrow has.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and said, you guys did it to us last year. Why should I feel bad this year? And we're not playing Pee Wee football. You play to the final whistle. He's right. We're all grown ass men.
Mm-hmm.
So air it out. Good for you, Joe Burrow. Fantastic game.
As long as if you're the coach and you're doing that, you got to risk your player getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's in the game, I'm playing to my strength always. I'm trying to, I'm going to bury you. And that's what they did.
Up 30-something points, 1st and goal at the 5 with 40 seconds left. I'm running 5 wide.
Mm-hmm. I'm running with a shotgun, and he's throwing it to somebody.
5 wide out there, and I'm getting those 3 damn yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running on 4th down, 4th and 5 at the goal. I'm
doing it
passing the ball.
100%. You have to get the record. You have
Absolutely. Fuck the Ravens.
Yeah.
All right.
I like you over there.
No.
We don't have to take this game.
I'll say pass.
Okay.
All right. Denver and young Jeezy himself, Drew Lock, at the Chargers, -6, over 145.5. We're gonna do it?
I'm not.
Really?
How do I do it again? Justin Herbert should come out.
Playoffs on the line.
He should dominate. I'll take him at -6.
All right, Chargers -6.
I like it.
2 units on the Chargers -6.
Chargers, man, Herbert's going to come out and he's going to throw probably 4 or 5 touchdowns.
And although, Eckler wasn't there last week and Justin Jackson did his job and absolutely was an animal, I still like Eckler coming back in the passing game. And Chargers -6. 2 units and the Chargers -6 points here.
Yeah.
All right, Chargers -6 in a neutral stadium. 2 units. All right. Next game. Speaking of sexy Rex Burkhead and the Houston Texans, these are the 2 teams that screwed us last week.
Yeah.
The Texans playing the 49ers. 49ers at home -12.5, over under 44.5. Guop's out.
Yeah.
Guop hurt that elbow.
I am passing on this game.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't have any interest in it. I don't even have a lean. I mean, I could see this game going either. If the Texans play like they did last week against the Chargers, I love the Texans +12.5, but we've seen San Francisco destroy teams, and we've seen Houston play terrible. So
I personally like the under a lot in this game. I think the San Fran's going to win this game, something like 27-10 or something like that.
I can see it,
but
I'm going to pass.
All right. Well, this is we only bet on things that we agree on.
Yeah.
So since you want to be a little cucklord, we'll pass.
I don't like that one bit, but my boys are back.
Arizona at them boys. The boys -5.5, over under 51.5.
Give me
what
Dak.
Concerns me here is what does Dallas really have to play for except for hoping the Packers lose so they can get the 1 seed?
So you think they're not going to play?
No, I think Dallas wins this game.
So you're not going to play? They're not going to play?
No,
they're
going to play, Bob, but
what?
Arizona didn't win 8 games to start the season for nothing.
Okay. I don't trust them right now. I like Dallas. I'd take them -5.5. I'll take them at -6.5. I love them. Give me Dallas for sure. The over could be a good one too, because I think Dallas's offense is unstoppable right now.
Oh, 1 game?
Yeah.
Prior 4 games, they were dog shit.
They're back. Them boys are back.
No, Bob, they just played a really shitty team in Washington.
They're back. Hey, real quick. They're back.
All right. We'll see come playoff time how back they are.
Yeah. Arizona played great against
passing that game.
Colts last week.
Pass.
Yeah, they played well.
Carolina, you love this, and I'm going to let you
Oh,
make a play on it here.
love it.
Carolina at New Orleans. New Orleans -7, over under 38.5. What do you like in this game?
Please just give me the under. I love it at 38.5 because I think both these teams are terrible, no matter who either team has at quarterback.
Offensively, yes. And both teams
Offensively,
both
and
teams are pretty good defensively.
the Saints are incredible at stopping the run. So if Cam Newton plays, they're going to contain him. They're going to stop, the running attack. Carolina's defense isn't terrible, and the Saints' offense is, no matter who's there. I mean, if Taysom Hill's there, they are effective running the ball. That's about it. But I love the under, but I believe that is what we're doing with the second part of our teaser. Or no.
No.
This is my play.
This straight play. This is your play.
This is straight my play. I love under 38.5. I'm taking it.
This is Bob's play of the week.
This is my play of the week. I'm taking it and I'm running with it, and live or die, Cam Newton.
How many units you want to go here? Under 38.5. What are you giving me?
I would go 2.
2 units on a sub 40 under. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
In the NFL. I love it. I respect you.
Give me it.
I respect you and your bold pick.
All right.
Lions at the Seahawks. Seahawks -7, over under 42.5. Lions coming off a backdoor cover against the Falcons and a win the week prior.
Yeah.
Real quick. Russell Wilson retires at the end of this year. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh, fuck me.
I mean, yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but I don't think he has a single MVP vote in his career.
Honestly, if we're going to put in Terry Bradshaw, I'm going to put in fucking Russell Wilson.
You know how I feel about that.
And that's always going to be my argument when I think a quarterback should be in.
So here's
because you can't just let in. They're already letting in everyone.
Mm-hmm.
If you only want to take the top, like the Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, those guys, but
by your personal Hall of Fame standards,
I would say no.
Okay,
personal Hall of Fame standards, no. But will he get in? Yeah, I believe he will.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I think Matt Ryan has a bigger argument for Hall of Fame than Russell Wilson.
100%. We both agree on that.
He's got an MVP under his belt, man.
He's an MVP. And granted,
yes, he didn't win the Super Bowl.
He lost that Super Bowl, which that's not all on him.
No.
Let's back that up.
More on the defense than anybody.
Yeah. So
you can't blow a 25-point lead in the third quarter.
So
Brady.
I feel bad for Matt Ryan because I don't know if he'll get in. He probably won't.
Right, and Russ will, which I
think it should be switched.
Now,
unless if Russ goes somewhere else and wins a title.
Do I think that Russell Wilson is a better quarterback than Matt Ryan? Yeah, I sure do. But I have to go off their career and what they have put on the table and statistic-wise, and I don't understand how Matt Ryan can be left out based off of his career achievements.
Yep.
All right, so this game, Seattle -7, over
I like
42.5. Like the Lions plus the 7?
I like the Lions plus 7.
Seattle's offense has shown me nothing to think that they can beat the Lions by more than 7 points here.
I agree. I think it's a field goal game either way. But
wow.
I think it's very close. I think the Lions have a chance at winning this game. I think
Seattle has no run game right now. None.
Seattle has no run game. And all these guys, everyone always says like they're going to die. They're going to lose on purpose to get picks. Bro, these guys, they have to play their all out. They're playing for their next contract. They're playing for their jobs.
Absolutely.
Whoever's playing quarterback for the Lions, whether it's Goff,
Goff will be back. Goff will be off COVID protocol.
So even if it wasn't him, if there's a backup, he's playing to be a backup in the league.
Yeah, but I still can't get behind Tim Boyle putting together 2 games.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like all these guys are gonna be fighting for their job, and I'm taking Detroit at plus 7.
By the half point, 7.5.
Wow. You wanted to buy the point, and I didn't. Let's mark this day down in history.
Yeah, I know. Lions plus the 7.5 here. I like it. All right. Plus 7.5, unit and a half. 1.5 unit. Okay, so this is going to lead us into our second part of our teaser. The first part, as we spoke earlier, was going to be the Raiders plus 13.5. The second part here is Vikings at the Packers. Packers -6.5, over under 47.5. Just take the Packers money line at home. Take the Packers at plus 0.5 in a 7-point teaser at home against the Vikings. Adam Thielen, 15 minutes before we start recording, back on IR.
Yep. Dalvin Cook is back. He's off COVID. I don't
care.
I think Madison's playing just as good as he did.
Yeah, I don't. Dalvin Cook has done nothing this year to make me fear him. And now, the Packers run defense has done everything this year to make me trust them.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have a field day.
Oh, my God, against Minnesota's secondary.
What are they? I think aren't they last?
Yeah, they're the worst secondary in the NFL.
So, like we said, I would take – first off, I'd take them at -6.5, but I love them with our teaser plus.
And with the current odds on these lines, you taking these two, it's actually a plus 105.
Yeah.
So I like a 2.5 unit play on this teaser at plus 105.
Yeah, I put that in.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I put that in before we started. We went over this, and I love that. Love that play.
7-point tease on Packers plus 0.5 and Raiders plus 13.5.
Yep.
2.5 units. All right.
Next game. I'm really intrigued on your thoughts on this game. Very intrigued.
Browns at the Steelers. Steelers plus 3 over under 41.
You take it first. Let me see. I want to hear what you have to say.
I think Pittsburgh wins this game outright.
I didn't expect that.
I think this is setting up for Ben to go out last home game. They're not going to win the division. Last home game in Pittsburgh. Then to lose to Baltimore in week 18 and miss the playoffs. But I like the Steelers money line in this game. I actually do.
I am 100% on that as well.
And that has nothing to do with that stupid ass zip up you're wearing.
Give me that.
That quarter zip.
Give me that. Give me the Steelers. Give me that. So I like you said, this is going to be Ben's last home game. And the last time he played, so he's never lost to the Browns in the regular season at home. At home in the regular season.
No shit.
Last year in the playoffs, gets absolutely destroyed.
That big hitter we had, though.
Mm-hmm.
When we took that live bet at halftime for his yards over, that was great.
Yeah, he went off huge.
Oh God, that was amazing.
But I think the Steelers win outright as well. And then week 18 with the Ravens, I think it'll be a good game. But I think the Ravens will end up pulling that out to knock the Steelers out of the playoffs. But I do like them money line.
All right, Steelers money line at a plus 140. Let's throw a unit and a half to win 2.1.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Pittsburgh money line as a home dog in a divisional playoff game. Not playoff, but basically, it is. Every game's a playoff for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Win or go home. All right, that's the Monday night game.
Yeah, that's it. I have a little. I wanted to ask you about a few teams.
Okay,
I'm gonna give you a few teams out of each conference.
Okay,
and I want you to give me if they're a pretender, if they're a contender.
Easy.
It's not hard. We'll start with the AFC. We will start with not your team, but the team you're riding, the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, they're a pretender. I think they can make the playoffs. I think they might be the Titans of this year and get a nasty win in the first round and really piss somebody off. But they're not winning more than one game in the playoffs. If they get into the playoffs, they got to beat New England week 18. Yeah. So, but it is in Miami. And we know New England and how they've fared in Miami over the past 10 years. So
yeah. Okay. I'm glad we're on the same side for that. How about this?
Wait, are we talking contender or pretender for playoffs or
no? Because I'm saying like to make a little bit of a run. To make a little run.
Yeah.
Like an actual team. What about the Raiders?
I like the Raiders. I don't know why. There's something about them that I can just get behind. But, in all reality, pretender.
Yeah. All right, so this team, up until last week, I was riding hard on them. The Chargers.
Contender.
They're 8-7. I love them.
I stand by it.
I love them. I think they are. definitely think they're not a pretender. I like them. I love Justin Herbert. I hope he has a bounce back this week. I do like him.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Oh,
Yeah.
One of the best.
Absolutely. Jim Moore going absolutely off when he was coaching the Colts.
All right. I have one more AFC team.
Okay.
Give me the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, contender.
Okay. I think a lot of people are up in the air on them.
I think they're one of if not the most. All right, hang on.
Man, those things are really open up another one there, bud.
One of, if not the most well balanced team in the entire NFL.
And you got Joey Burrow. And we both love him. Ooh,
Peach rings.
I can smell it.
All
right. We'll head over to the NFC. All right. We've kind of talked about them a little bit. Arizona. They're sitting at 10-5, like you said.
But they're 2-5 in their last 7 games.
Yeah.
And they're without D-Hop for the year.
Yeah. But they clinched the playoff spot they're in.
So they're a pretender.
You think they're a pretender?
I do.
Okay. I would agree. I don't love them. But what about I'm a big fan of San Fran. Are they a pretender or are they a contender?
No, dude. I think if Guop's healthy, I think they're a contender. I think they have their offense down to a science. And I like their defensive scheme. So I would think that come playoff time, that's the type of team you don't want to go against.
I agree. I think they're a tough matchup for anyone, especially when you have somebody as dynamic as Deebo Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have him, and then he went over last week. You also have George Kittle. I mean, you can't take away both of them. They took away George Kittle last week. What did Deebo do? Goes off. And if you take away Deebo, you get, Kittle's going for it. So, all right. What about the Eagles?
Pretender. I can't trust their defense come playoff time.
Yeah,
I mean they figured out the run game, and Jalen Hurts is obviously being successful through the air. I just can't trust the defense come playoff time.
I like them as a contender. I think they win this week. I like them enough.
Yeah,
I like them more than I like Arizona.
But you think they can make? I mean,
I think they could beat a team like the Rams. They could beat Dallas. I mean, they could beat. I don't think they could beat Green Bay. I don't think they could beat Tampa Bay either. But I do think Dallas just being it's for the sole fact that it's a division game in the playoffs.
Eagles suck. So we got a chat or in the chat says Eagles suck taking all bets. They suck.
Incorrect.
Put your number up. I'll take the Eagles. I mean, I'm already taking the Eagles this week. I'll double down. We're not going to comment on the size of people. No.
All right,
getting canceled.
Let me give me. I'll give you one last team in the NFC.
Okay.
Right now, they're at the 3 seed, the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, absolutely contender, 100%.
All right,
without question. Sony Michel is running the rock.
As long as they stay healthy, obviously, they're in. I mean,
who told Bob about Cam Akers?
Get out of here.
Cam Akers coming, dude. Torn Achilles in the preseason, and he's going to play some snaps this week.
I can't believe it.
That's wild. What are they going to do next year with Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, and Sony?
They have to get rid of one of them. They have to
trade them to the Jaguars.
They have to trade somebody. You can't keep all 3 of them.
Trade them
but
to the Jaguars.
I mean, this year there's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of COVID. I mean, maybe you do keep all 3.
It's a possibility.
Ride the hot hand.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I want you to give me a dark horse in each conference to make a playoff run.
Oh.
So obviously not Kansas City, Tennessee, Buffalo, Indy, New England. I want somebody,
Right. All right, hang on a second. Let me pull up the standings here.
pull the stage real quick.
That's
I
interesting.
mean, for the AFC, man. I mean, right now at the 9 seed, the Chargers are at the 9 seed.
Right.
So I mean, dark horse technically yes, but I think they're more of a 5 seed, 4 seed than they
No,
are.
I think that
9.
qualifies for a dark horse. The 9 seed, they're 2 spots out of the playoffs.
Yeah, 1 win, but yeah. That would be my dark horse.
Okay. So here's a dark horse for you. The Colts to make the AFC Championship.
Ooh, I like that. You need to run the ball.
You got to run the ball and play good defense.
And
that's what you
as
need.
much as the league is transformed to a passing league, when you're playing in New England and it's 5 degrees and it's snowing, you got to run the ball. You're not throwing the ball around. And I think Indianapolis is a team that could do that.
How sick is it that New Orleans might make the playoffs?
It shouldn't happen.
But. Dark horse as far as NFC, so we're going to go outside of the top 4 seeds. We're going to go outside of Green Bay, Dallas, the Rams, and Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Give me San Fran.
Yeah.
Give me San Fran as the 6th seed to pull off a first-round upset and maybe get to the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm. I like San Fran as well. I don't think Washington or New Orleans or Atlanta really have a shot. I don't think Minnesota has a shot anymore.
Not against Green Bay this week.
If you have Thielen, I like your chances a little bit more, but that defense is horrid. I like both San Fran and Philly. I like both of them. I think they could both be dark horses, and I think they could both make a little bit of a run. I think they could both beat any of the top teams. I think Green Bay and Tampa are 1 and 2. And
Jalen Hurts has that. Jalen Hurts has that star power ability this year that he can go out and win a playoff game. Like just ball out, 280 through the air, 2 touchdowns, and like 85 rushing and 2 touchdowns, and go out and win a game.
Yep. I do like the Eagles being able to do that, and I think they could beat a team like the Rams. They could beat a team like Arizona. I mean, they'll give a good game to Dallas. I think Dallas and them would be a fun one to watch. I love interdivision games in the playoffs. I love it. I don't care if it's the 3rd time you're playing somebody. I love it. So, but San Fran and Philly, those are my 2.
I mean, somebody's going to get super pissed off in the first round of the playoffs because you look at the road teams, what it stands right now. Your possible road teams in the AFC are the Chargers, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Colts.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all good teams.
Those are solid teams.
And then in the NFC,
outside of the Ravens,
you're going to have San Fran and you're going to have the Eagles as road dogs. So why not?
I like it.
All right.
I mean, it might even be a nice little teaser for the playoffs with San Fran and Philly.
That is a great segue. Speaking of playoff teasers, we have
I see what you did there.
We have the New Year's Eve games this week. We have the college football playoffs, bowl games getting canceled left and right, but no worries. These bowl games will not get canceled because there's too much damn money in hand. Your first game is the 3:30 game. That's Cincinnati not at Alabama. Cincinnati versus Alabama. -13.5, over under 57. I'm just going to make this quick here. Bama's too good. Bama's going to kick it into college playoff football mode, and Bama's going to jump out to an early lead. Cincinnati might make a push late, but Alabama wins this game, and Alabama wins this game by at least a touchdown, which is why we're going to tease with the other favorite. We're taking both favorites, teasing them down 7 points. Bama -6.5, Georgia -0.5 against Michigan. Even money on the 7-point teaser. That's a 5-unit play on Georgia money line and Alabama -6.5. The 2 best teams in college football have been saying it since week 1. They will play in the college football championship, and Georgia and Kirby Smart will probably fuck it up.
Yeah,
But
those are by far the best plays there. I love it. And
Jared Goff for MVP. Hell yeah.
Show that. Let's get that up there.
Dan Campbell for MVP.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So wait, we have a Lions fan in the chat. I want to know, how do you really feel about Dan Campbell? Just let me know in the chat how you feel about Dan Campbell, because I love the guy. I think it's great. I think he's a huge upgrade from Matt Patricia, and I think he's the type of coach that fans can get behind. And I say it every week. Probably sick of hearing me say it, but I say it every week. So, but anyway, college football playoffs. Bama -6.5, Georgia -0.5. I want to say the Georgia-Michigan game will be a little bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Georgia's got like a 6 or a 7-point lead, and they kick a late field goal to make it a 2-score game.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just Michigan just doesn't have the time to come back. Michigan's they're good, man. They're gonna run the ball well, and they're gonna stack the lines against Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're gonna see Stetson Bennett. I don't know if we're gonna see JT Daniels. I don't know if we're gonna see both. God, but regardless, whatever quarterback goes out there, Dalvin Cook's little brother, James Cook, about to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Boy's about to feast.
Yeah, I like Georgia and Alabama both. I think the Georgia game, I think it will be. I think they win by a field goal ish. I think it'll be very close. I think it'll be a field goal game. But I do like Georgia. I don't.
Give me Georgia 30-21.
I'll take that, obviously.
And then I'll say Bama 37-20.
Yeah, I think Bama should. I think Bama wins by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So yeah, you're thinking, oh well, if you're guessing those scores, why don't you just pick their spreads? Because if you can give me a free 7 points, and I think they're both going to win the game by at least a touchdown,
and it's
I'll take the plus money odds.
It gave me plus 105. So
yeah,
why would you not take that?
That's a 5-unit banger.
Mm-hmm.
5 to win 5.25. That's a big. We haven't had a 5-unit play since I lost the last 3 5-unit plays.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Can't
lose 4 in a row.
You know it. Let's get it.
Can't lose. 2 of those were the Chiefs. 1 was Tampa against New England in that like tsunami they played in, which was super shitty. But what a shit game. There's buy game stuff. Get it. All right.
Yes.
Get Dave Portnoy out of my chat.
Get him in there.
Anyway, did you see Dave Portnoy's half-court attempt at the Magic game?
No, I did not.
Oh my God! Did they brought him out and let him shoot a half-court shot?
Was it bad?
Oh, he left it about 14 feet short. It was.
Oh gosh!
It looked like 50 Cent throwing out the opening pitch.
Oh, 50 Cent, that was 50 Cent was so bad at that.
It was. I mean, Portnoy embarrassed himself.
Oh gosh!
But he's worth millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. He can do whatever he wants.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
He can't do whatever he wants. Hence the allegations of him of choking and videotaping people during sex without their consent.
Well, yeah, maybe not anything. You're right.
Can't do whatever you want, Bob.
You can do whatever.
Yeah. Deshaun Kaiser, on the other hand. Or no, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
We were talking about Deshaun Kaiser earlier, Deshaun Watson. You think he's ever going to play another snap of football?
I think so. I think he
Probably.
will. I don't think he'll play much, but I think he will play.
Who needs him? Allegedly. Yes. Sorry. I didn't use the proper word. Allegedly.
Get it up there.
Who do you think is willing to take that kind of burden? We thought it was going to be Miami, but 7 straight wins, they're going to ride with Tua.
Yeah. I mean, ever since Tua's been healthy, they've played better. But like you said, they played pretty bad teams.
But still, they've
won 7 straight. They played who their schedule is this, and they played it, and they've won 7 straight. So
I feel like Dan Campbell could get behind a guy like Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I can see it. I think
he's a football guy.
I think
he only cares about winning games.
I don't know, man.
He doesn't care about what you do off the field.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
I mean, I would say New England because him and Robert Kraft would get along really well.
Yeah,
go on little field trips and stuff. But
yeah, we know where those field trips lead to.
I don't know, man. Be interesting if Deshaun Watson ever plays another step. Him in Miami is a shark in a fish tank. Too many massage parlors. I
agree. Couldn't be more accurate.
That wouldn't be good. All right, so that's what we have for the week. I'm going to run through these picks again real quick. So we're starting it off with the Bills over 44 and over 44 against Atlanta. Yeah. So Bills and Falcons over 44. That's a 1.5 unit play. Bucks against the Jets over 45.5. That's a 1 unit play. Eagles -3. That's a 2.4 unit play. We're buying the hook. We're buying it down to 3. Jags under 13 team total points. That's a 1.5 unit play. Chargers -6. That's a 2 unit play. Saints under 38.5. The Saints versus the Panthers. Bob play of the week.
I'll play the week.
We're gonna call it the Big Bob Banger.
Big Bob Banger. Give me
Big Bob
Saints,
Banger.
Panthers under 38.5.
That's a 2 unit play. Lions buying a hook and getting that at 7.5 plus 7.5. That's a 1.5 unit play. A 7-point tease on the Packers at plus 0.5 and the Raiders plus 13.5. That's a 2.5 unit play.
Mm-hmm.
Soup drinks beer and his eyes get squinty like he's smoking. Something doesn't check out. I don't know. I got a light shining in my eyes. It's throwing off my equilibrium.
Yeah, it's well said.
And then Steelers money line at plus 140. That's a 1.5 unit play. And then the 5 unit play for the college football playoffs at plus 105. Alabama -6.5. Georgia -0.5. 5 units to win 5.25.
Mm-hmm.
We win that, we win the week. We lose that, we probably lose the week.
Yeah, I like that though. I don't
Hell
see
yeah.
that. The 2 best teams in the country will meet.
Hell yeah, go Dogs.
Go Dogs, roll Tide.
No, I said that once this year. I won't say it again.
You can't say it again for a 5?
I think I threw up after I said it.
All right, well, say it and then go throw up and then we'll
All right, roll Tide.
Yes, roll Tide.
So that's our plays for the week, guys. And we still have one more week of the regular season, which we will then have the line for the College Football National Championship. And then obviously we have playoff football. And we're going to get the Instagram going with NBA plays.
Yes. Let's get it going. Oh, let's just.
Yeah. NBA plays are going to start flying off the Instagram page. So
this is our forte because we usually just bank on
last
NBA
year what Bob and I did, we put equal money into an account together and we agreed on NBA plays. And we just rode that money and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out real well for us.
Worked out really well. Player props were a big thing. And then obviously some spreads. Kind of stay away from over-unders.
Ride John Collins. Ride John
Collins. Oh, yeah, JC. John Collins, the best player you never heard of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude's an absolute stud. Plays for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, in case you don't know, he plays for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, but even when football's over, this show is still going to be weekly. We're still going to have a ton of content to cover because sports betting never dies. This is year-round.
Neither do we. Let's get it going.
We might have a little dry spell when it comes to the only baseball season.
Yeah.
But
only baseballs. It's rough, but there are plays.
Oh, for sure. Baseball's the hardest sport to bet for me.
It is. It is. I like it's hard because you like a lot of heavy favorites. It's like you like the Dodgers playing the Pirates, but you don't like them at -800 or some whatever crazy it is. So you got to take
even the -1.5 or
it's -1.5 is -195. It's like, all right, is that worth it? You basically got to take them -5.5 and hope they blow them out, and it's still only +150 or something. But baseball is hard. We'll get through it.
Yeah, I got the reminder today, which I completely forgot about. We're going to the first and second round of March Madness this year.
Yes, we are.
Dude, I completely forgot about it.
Yes. I remember that the other day, like randomly. I was like,
I got the reminder from Ticketmaster and I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, so the way it's going to set up Friday, we're going to have like an 11 a.m. game and then like a 1:30 game. And then we'll have downtime from like 4 until like 9 o'clock. It's a real shame that the Rivers Casino is like
walking
3 minutes away.
Yeah, it's walking distance. All right, take my money.
Yeah. So and then we're gonna come home. We're gonna gather ourselves and recuperate, and then we're gonna go back and Sunday.
Yeah. We might have to put out a Saturday night episode.
Friday night.
The games. Friday night. We can do Friday and then
Friday night live at the game.
At the game. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm in. Friday night live.
Yeah, Friday night. Yeah,
Not talking about the great show. Not Friday Night Lights.
Friday night live at PPG
Yes.
Paints.
Let's
The paint
get it.
game. All right,
I'm
so
in.
that's all I've got for you, Bob. Do you have any parting shots? Do you have anything else you want to throw at me before we get out of here?
No, that was pretty much it. I'm still very, very pissed at the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm still really upset about that, but could move past it and roll with them this week. But other than that, I mean, hopefully everyone had a great Christmas and have a great New Year's, everyone.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. Be safe.
Yeah. Don't drink and drive.
That's the biggest thing. Be safe.
do it.
Real quick, Bob, I want to talk about the Guinness Book of World Record, the world record you're going for.
That I'm going for?
Yes.
What is that?
How many times have you been tested for COVID?
Oh, 14. 14
times.
times and 14 negatives.
Do you think this guy just likes stuff getting stuck up his nose?
You would think I'm a real weirdo like that, but I don't. I've had them for, work has sent me. They sent me to go get tested. I've been sent by my doctor. I've just went and got them because I felt terrible. Nothing. I have not had COVID in the whole time I've been getting tested, and I am hoping. I don't know what the Guinness World Record is.
14's got to be up there.
I do want to reach out to them
Yeah.
and see, because I feel like I can get paid a little bit for this. Like, I'm going to start going weekly if that's going to happen, and we'll see how it goes.
I'm 2 for 2.
There you go. Positives, right?
Right. I'm 2
Yeah.
for 2. Just like
kids.
the kids, right? That's right.
2 for 2. That's all that
That's right. I had
matters.
sex twice in my life, 2 kids.
Hey,
All right.
congratulations on sex twice.
Sex. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
I'm proud of you.
Congratulations on all your success. All right. Until next week, guys. That's all we've got. We've got 4, 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, 11, 16, 18 and point. We got 19.9 units on the line.
Let's get it.
Lot of firing, but
Mhm.
like I said in the Instagram story, up 27 units, 70 and 53 on the year. The goal is to get above that 33.3 units. That will put you at doubling your bankroll. That's the goal for the year, and we've got plenty of time to get there. That's the goal for the NFL season.
Mhm.
For the calendar year, which we're going to reset
Mhm.
after this week, the calendar year, I don't know. I'd like to do like we see all these handy, or what do they call it? Scamdy cappers. Yeah, the handicappers that are scams, the scamdicappers on social media, posting like the 1,000 to 10,000 challenge or something, where you start with $1,000, you base your unit system off that, and you build it up to $10,000. Your unit system changes based off of how much money is in your bankroll. I'd like to try something like that come the new year.
Yeah.
We'll go, I don't know, like 1,000 to like 14 million or something like that.
Well, yeah. I
Something
would love
crazy.
that.
All right. So that's all I've got. Again, be safe on New Year's. Enjoy yourself. And let's get 2021 the hell out of here.
Yeah. Let's hope for a better 2022.
Until next week, guys, good fortune, and we love you.
Love you.